All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Thursday afternoon in New York. CP from KnicksFanTV checking in. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. If you love to talk about Knicks news, Knicks rumors, and post-game live analysis featuring live callers, smash that subscribe button below and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I was at the Knicks-Lakers game last night, so I couldn't join the post-game show, but wanted to come on and talk Malik Monk. Ian Begley of SNY has been reporting that the Knicks could be interested in Malik Monk at the trade deadline. So I just wanted to come on and give my take on it and get your takes on it. My take on it is, look, Malik Monk was the 11th pick in the 2017 draft. He was another player that the Knicks were scouting in that draft, taken after Frank Ntilikina, along with Dennis Smith Jr., as we know. He was a player that a lot of us had liked. Earlier as a draft prospect, he came in highly touted as a streaky scorer, somebody who could get hot, somebody who had range from three. Unfortunately, in his 3.5 years so far, he's been not delivering, not performing up to his expectation. He's now at the end of the bench for the Charlotte Hornets, who now have between Devontae Graham and Scary Terry. Their backcourt seems to be built for the future, and it doesn't look like it's going to include Malik Monk. Right now, he's shooting 25% from three, 43% overall, and only averaging about 8 points per game. So, underwhelming stats by all means, and certainly a guy that looks like he could use a change of scenery. But in terms of a trade package, we have Dennis Smith Jr., who looks like, he could be on his way out of New York, and looks like he needs a change of scenery. I mean, I saw DSJ come back last night, and to me, it just didn't make sense to bring him in with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. You already had a rotation of Peyton and Frank going. I don't understand why DSJ got the minutes that he did. It just didn't seem like it was a smart move on the coach. Number one, the Knicks were in the game the whole night, and it just seemed like once DSJ got in, once again we found ourselves in a hole. And the Knicks were not a good come from behind team. And even though we played this Laker team pretty tough, I thought everybody tried their best out there. We just didn't have enough firepower, man. So I didn't think DSJ's minutes made any sort of sense just in terms of the flow of the game. But like I said, if you're talking about a swap, Monk for DSJ, 1-for-1, maybe I would definitely look into it, because like I said, I don't think DSJ's future is with this team. Now, the Knicks have always been, past couple of years, they've been in this reclamation mode where they're trying to bring in reclamation projects. Last year it was Moutier, it was Hazonia, it was Noah Vonleh that have fallen out of favor with their original team. Obviously, those three guys aren't here right now. They traded for DSJ. Looks like he's on his way out. So, even if they do make these moves and they want to develop these kids, the way that they're prioritizing vets in terms of playing time makes you question the direction that they're going in, makes you question their development schemes or what they're doing to really put their best foot forward to groom these kids. So now we're seeing Moutier having a good year in Utah. Hazonia's been whatever. Vonleh, has been pretty decent with the Timberwolves. But Moutier, is certainly taking a step up with the Knicks from his Nuggets days, and now taking another step up as a backup point guard on the Utah Jazz. So, maybe a Malik Monk, you bring him in, maybe he can find that stroke once again from three. But my thing is, right now we have our own Malik Monk on the bench. His name is ISO Zoe, right? I mean, ISO Zoe last year was a guy who came close to the 50-40-90 slash line. 50% field goal percentage, 40% from three, 90% from the free throw line. I mean, ISO Zoe had showed you that he could be a capable scorer on this team. Like Monk, he does have his defensive deficiencies, and just overall awareness is lacking on both ends. So, instead of going after Malik Monk, why don't we just play ISO? Why don't we just play ISO? A better shooter right now, and who's here right now. So I think instead of the Malik Monk trade, might as well just play ISO. Now, another guy that we should be continuing to be invested in his development and his play on the team has been Dotson. Dotson came out last night, gave you 17 solid bench points. He was flame throwing from three and absolutely keeping us in this game last night. Now, Dotson with the Knicks, they did guarantee his deal for this season, but they do have a qualifying offer for next year. So now we have to see, because if they do issue him the qualifying offer, then he'll be considered a restricted free agent. But if they don't, then he'll be unrestricted and he'll potentially walk. So we got to see what the Knicks have in terms of what their plans are for Dotson. I thought he gave us some great minutes last night off the bench. Gave us that firepower that's been sorely lacking in the starting unit. Although Mook, once again had it going on the bum ankle. Got to give Mook some credit for playing with some heart out there, because we definitely needed him. So Dotson's another guy that I think we need to be considering in terms of the future. What does the future hold for Dotson? What do you guys think about that? So to everybody in the chat who's up with me this early morning, I don't know if you guys are at work, if you guys are just waking up, wherever you guys are in the world, man, salute to you guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and we'll be back. Knicks got the Toronto Raptors on Friday, and then the Nets on Sunday. So, yeah, once again, just wanted to come on and give my quick reaction to these Malik Monk trade rumors. I don't see anything being there, but like I said, if there was a trade to be made, you could swap him and DSJ and see what you have here. But overall, if we're going to continue to prioritize the vets, then I think it's all for naught. I think it's all pretty useless at the end of the day. So the Knicks have to figure out what direction they want to go in. And after this trade deadline, I'm really going to be on them about how we're going to be distributing these minutes and who's going to be prioritized. So let's just see what happens. But again, on the game last night, listen, it was a pretty entertaining game for the first half. Third quarter, it seemed like they let the rope go a little bit. But the game was never really out of hand, to be honest with you. The game was never really out of hand. The Lakers would go up by 10. Knicks would try to cut it to 6. Lakers would go up by 13. Knicks would cut it back to like 5. Try to get it to 4 late in the fourth. But we just couldn't string together a good stop on top of a score. We really needed it. And then, when we had the opportunity to get, 4 points on the possession, Randall comes through with his Randall spin move and turns the ball over. That was late in the fourth, a costly turnover. And so there that is. I mean, look, Lakers are one of the top teams in the league. You can't cry about it. Knicks tried, but obviously we just don't have the firepower to keep up with those guys. And it was a good atmosphere at the Garden. Overall, obviously it was a mixed crowd. Laker Nation was out there heavy. Our crowd, our fans were there. Obviously, all the tourists and everything was there. So overall, it was cool. It was a good outing. Shout out my guy Greg Armstrong. Got a chance to link up with him. We did a halftime report. So yeah, overall, again, tough loss, but it is what it is, man. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the Monk trade rumors, DSJ. How are we going to go, vets, between the vets and the youth? What are we doing here? Leave a comment in the chat. Leave a comment on the video after this. And I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, man. Knicks versus Raptors. Let me salute some people real quick. EJ1, what's going on? Sonny STX. Derek McFadden, what's going on? And Derek says that spin move needs to go. Yeah, that's not Julius's best work. You know what I mean? Definitely not Julius's best work. May 4th, what's going on? Twan Don, I see you. Andrew Kolod Siege. I don't know if I'm butchering your name. I hope not. Gary Singh, what's going on? Frank Matos, how you feeling? Green Lantern. Stafford Don, big up Brethren. Everybody at work. Definitely get on the grind. I'm about to do the same, and I will holler at you guys on Friday. Hit that subscribe button one more time. Hit that thumbs up button one more time. Peace. Have a good day, people. Oh, man, I ruined my exit. I can't figure out how to end